and stuff you don't. It's the Ben and Bren Show.
Dad?
That's me.
Dad? Is that you?
That is me. I have a whole new identity.
Holy moly.
I am Dad. I'm in LA. I'm like the young, cool dad.
Yeah.
Like all the dads in LA that you see, they'll be like, have like an infant with them and they have like a full head of gray hair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're not there yet. You got the
I'm the young dad.
you got the Jesus haircut though. It's good.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good.
gonna. It's pretty long right now, but I'm gonna keep it going until it gets too hot.
I had the long hair during COVID and it was like an abomination. It was
You
not
didn't like it?
It was I probably should have if I couldn't I should have had a few more inches on it because it got down to like here.
Yeah.
Like my jawline. And I was thinking it was gonna be like, hot 90s, alternative like
Yeah.
sort of thing. Cause I have stringy straight hair.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked like I had a problem.
That's the point where it's like you have to just push through.
And I did have a
that
problem.
spot.
I had lots of problems, but yeah.
It's like there gets a
drinking
point where it's like you can either turn back or push through. Because I feel like you would look good with long hair.
I pussed out. Well, it was also coming off of my bleaching era, which I'll probably still do again because I actually like the buzz cut with a little blonde in it. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know. I just cut it all off. I hated it.
Yeah. Well, you still have plenty of hair, so you have another
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, I'm grateful. Yeah. Grateful I still have hair.
Same.
Baby.
Yeah,
Baby's
this
here.
is our
Baby Bash.
little Sebastian Apollo Reiner.
Apollo.
here.
I forgot his middle name. Okay. Yeah. Sebastian
he's,
Apollo.
He is the best thing that has ever happened to me.
I get to play some music for him. I loved that.
Yeah, we've been giving him all the music. I think what he likes most right now is the ukulele.
Yeah.
And I can tell that because that's what puts him to sleep most often. But no, he is this is our paternity episode. It'll be a little more off and on this summer while we're on our paternity maternity time, and so sort of just wanted to check in with all of our listeners about it. It's been a month or so since we've put out an episode, and just if anybody didn't know, just wanted to clear that up. We haven't gone anywhere. We just got one to raise up into our little community now. So our little new cult leader.
The cult is strong. It's going strong. It's starting out good.
Yeah.
I have a dream with your mom to start a farm, Rockosaurus Farms.
Okay, so that's
Well,
not to get too deep into this, but this is gonna be super nerdy, but fuck it, whatever. Because Bren and I were just talking about off camera. I've learned about as much as anybody can learn with the music shit. Not that I guess you can keep learning with anything, but now I am marketing god.
Marketing genius.
I am marketing guru wizard, and I'm really developing that skill. And one thing that a lot of brands make the mistake with is what's called line extension. And it's when you have a brand that has a really solid position in a market, and then you try to, because that's what you would sort of think would be the move. It's like if you have a popular brand, expand that to another thing. But what that actually does, it just dilutes it. Yeah. And so you're better off coming up with a whole different brand. So I was all about the idea of Rockosaurus Farms, which the thing itself will still happen. Yeah. But we have to think of another name.
For Rockosaurus Farms?
Yeah.
Gotcha. But
because that's line extension.
Okay, well would it still exist in the prehistoric
it could.
naming?
It could, yeah.
Okay. So, Dino Farms or
Something like that. Yeah.
For example. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's where a lot of brands go wrong is line
Yeah.
extending.
Yeah.
And that ends up hurting the main brand.
I feel like we're on Shark Tank right now because they do give that advice sometimes.
Have you seen the Kevin O'Leary dude play music?
No.
Yeah, I've stumbled on these videos and I was sending him to Noah, and I thought they were like fake at first or like AI or some shit, but he's actually like plays music and like fucks around with it.
Is he good?
No,
of
course not.
Yeah,
of course not. No, but he's like the classic dude where it's like, actual working musicians, they'll have some nice gear, but like generally they're not owning
He's got the best gear.
$20,000 guitars
He's
or
got the best
whatever,
gear.
where it's like those doctors, lawyers that like don't do music, that are super mid at making music, have like the $50,000 Les Paul, shit, the super nice instruments.
Here's the thing: if you have all that money, you've got to be good at music or creative outlets. You've got to have an existential crisis, like
you have to really be in pain in some way.
Yeah. There's no suffering when you have billions of dollars. I'm sorry, there's just not. I don't care. You have access to so
that maybe
much.
Just made me think of this. I just saw this morning. Have you seen the Kanye tweet that he just put out today, where he was? Pull it up on your Twitter, on your phone.
Today. I don't have Twitter anymore. I deleted it, but I'm sure I can.
Just go to like Kanye West, just Google Kanye West, and his most recent tweet, he basically said that he
2 hours ago
he sucked his cousin's penis until he was 14 years old.
Okay, here it is, page 6. Oh,
I'm not laughing at sexual abuse and assault victims, but
awful.
this is
Kanye West claims
crazy.
he had an incestuous relationship with his male cousin when they were kids. Okay, well, this is probably a lot of his trauma.
Explains a lot.
Yeah,
Explains a lot.
The song is called "Cousins," about my cousins that's locked in jail for life for killing. Oh, sorry, I hate. There are 17 ads on my screen right now. I swear to God. About my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. He told his followers. That is horrible. But let me see that. Where's the tweet though? God damn it.
I mean, there's just more to it, but that is like what is in it, but it's like a little longer.
Okay, it's letting me pull it up on X here. Nope, it doesn't exist. He deleted it.
Already? It
says 2 hours ago. Okay, here's the Instagram.
I just saw it when I was taking
I sucked
dump.
my cousin's dick till I was 14. Kanye West makes shocking revelation in recent tweet.
Crazy.
Claims he reenacted Playboy photos with his cousin. Okay, all right. Okay, so I did a similar thing, not with my family, but I had some girlfriends that were my neighbors when I was a kid, and there was this weird moment that we had at my grandma's house one time that I just convinced us to pull our pants down. But that's
everybody does that.
Kid stuff.
Everybody does that.
I was just thought it would be hilarious, but then they got really creeped out by it later on and told their parents, and then their parents had to talk to my parents, and I was like, ah.
I mean, I shouldn't say there's probably people listening and that are like, I didn't do that, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you did.
But no, as kids, you just do
do weird shit.
And there's a spectrum to it of as far as the extremity. But you're just little kids, curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that the billionaire suffering concept or topic made me think of that.
Yeah. Speaking of billionaire stuff, on the way here on Santa Monica, there's this they've been working on it for a year now. It's this silver dome looking
Isn't that Elon's thing?
The drive-in.
Yes.
Yeah. Elon has a drive-in movie theater, which by the way, the lot is you could probably fit 10 cars in there, I guess.
Yeah. It's a corner.
It's a corner lot. It's going to be a restaurant.
Yeah.
It looks like something at Disney World or whatever, just what's it called? Epcot or whatever, Tomorrowland. I hope it fails miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did see that like some months ago, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, is this a drive? I didn't know what it
Yeah.
was. But then just a few weeks ago, saw
They
that
just
that
popped
was
the screens
Elon's
up. Yeah,
thing.
there's like LED screens. They were like running video on them when
Oh,
I was
really?
out here
Interesting.
coming out here
Yeah,
today.
fuck Elon, fuck Kanye.
Oh my god, it's all
Andrew
just so.
Tate.
It's all just
Andrew
so
Tate's not a billionaire,
existential, and I just, yeah, I'm so sick of these fuckers.
Me
I'm
too.
so sick of these
I
fuckers.
can't.
I literally went on I got to get off this social media, but then it's a double-edged sword. You just got done talking about marketing. I've got to market myself.
Okay,
that's
so
my job.
But that's the thing is like, just post your shit.
Yeah,
Like, and don't worry. Like, just think of it, because that's kind of what I do. Is like, because I used to go hams on like this shit, but now I'm like, really the only things that I post are either directly
yeah,
promotional content or things that
yeah.
push that
Yeah.
forward.
I literally just need to sit at my piano every day and like sing some songs and then like post that. Like,
Yeah.
and I do, but like not often enough. Like
Yeah.
I should be doing one a day on TikTok.
Yeah, consistency
Yeah.
is everything. I mean, like these aliases, which are, if anybody hasn't checked these out, which probably not many people have, at least our listeners, because we haven't pushed it too hard, we've started 8 different instrumental
Yeah.
projects, which is called
Sebastian Price.
Sebastian Price is the is solo piano, Do Fratelli's solo piano, Hazel Baby, Bambino FM are lo-fi hip hop
Yeah.
instrumental beats, and then Europa, Peace Vibration.
I didn't even know about that one. Yeah.
So many I'm spacing.
Yeah.
Placid Pools and
And these are
Maiden Voyager.
These are Spotify artists that Benny has created and concocted that we put music out under these monikers to amass streams and
It's essentially under the concept of lifestyle
Yeah.
listening.
yeah.
And
Lo-fi beats, study beats, calming,
it's
sleep.
music that you can listen to while you're working, studying, sleeping. It's music to consume in
Touch your cousin with.
exactly
Yeah.
have sex. Like it's music you can listen to in your various lifestyles.
Yeah.
And what made me think of that in the first place?
Oh, we were talking about music and promoting and like branding and stuff, I think. And
Yeah.
touching kids. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know.
Spacing,
Yeah.
what made me think of that?
Yeah.
But oh no, that's what I was gonna say. Consistency is everything, because with these lifestyle listening artists, we're basically putting out a song a day this whole
Yeah.
year, Tuesday through Friday. And just since the beginning of the year, we're pushing close to, across all of them collectively, about 85,000 monthly listeners.
Oh, that's great.
Close to 500,000 streams since the beginning of the year.
Cool.
But the reason we're having that success is because of the consistent output and directing it towards a market that is designed for such a thing. I even saw something on Instagram that, this is long after we started this, was saying that Spotify is now going to be pushing these instrumental musics more than artists' accounts.
Wow.
And
It's crazy too, because we mentioned in another pod you had done the research, and like 90%
it's like
of Spotify uploads have 0 listens.
the vast majority of music that exists on
That
Spotify
is so
has no listens.
fucking crazy.
It's really crazy. It's a crazy landscape right now. But circling back to being a dad, it's like, I mean, where do I even begin with this? Because it's such a profound experience and new chapter of life. It's like, I feel like there's a whole new level of life unlocked now after becoming a parent.
I mean, there's got to be there's a genetic response that you have. Like I was
100%.
talking, telling you this, like when I held Sebastian for the first time, like I didn't get to see my niece. Did I get to see her right? It was maybe like a few months after no, I can't remember. But I like the feeling that I got from Bash was like, well, he was like fresh newborn. The other
He's
day.
still fresh. I mean, he's
still fresh.
4 weeks ago today. Today's the 21st. We went to the hospital.
It's like a radiant energy.
No, you can feel your body releasing the body's hormones,
oxytocin or whatever it
circulating,
is.
for
Yeah,
sure. Even also on the flip side, it's like when he cries.
Yeah, it's a primal response.
Yeah, you're like, it just like kicks
Must
something.
protect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It has a pretty visceral feeling to it. But no, it's like, it's truly the best, and it makes, if you want to be happier, have a child.
Baby.
Have a child, because the reason I think it creates that feeling is because it makes everything else that you thought was so important really just seem, I mean, and not to at least, you know, you have to make a living, you have to provide, blah 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 blah, but it's like most of that shit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I still love making music, and it's like my favorite thing to do. But
what do I do? What does one like me do? I don't like anything about the human vagina.
Well, I mean, we're in 2025.
Yeah.
You can get a surrogate,
But
you can adopt.
I need a lot of money for that. I need a lot of money.
Yeah,
for
how much does it cost to do that?
Hey Siri, how much does it cost to have a baby when you are gay? Yes, use ChatGPT. Yeah.
Of course.
Working with ChatGPT. Siri should just be like,
Siri kind of sucks.
she sucks.
Siri, that I'm not a Siri fan.
Literally. For gay men seeking to have a biological child, surrogacy is the primary method, which costs in the U.S. ranging from $100,000 to $150,000, including expenses like IVF, egg donor compensation, surrogate fees, and legal costs. Adoption is more affordable alternative, with domestic adoptions costing between $20,000 and $45,000.
Does I would guess maybe not, but does insurance have any
No.
place
what
in
do
that?
you think? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, it's there for sure is, you know, various obstacles around it, and I am lucky that I really had a major identity crisis.
Yeah.
Within the last couple years, that I think really at the time was really, really hard, really confusing.
Yeah.
But it like teed me up to become a dad.
Yeah.
Because you do have to sacrifice a lot. And you have to sort of become a new version of yourself. But I was ready to do that. I was so over, you know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, that's where people could potentially struggle, is like not wanting to let go of
your
previous life,
private life,
Yeah,
your
and, like,
social life or whatever. Yeah.
wanting to go out or these various things.
Yeah.
Have you seen these videos of Justin Bieber?
I've seen him recently floating around.
Yeah, just like being a
Seems-
fucking degenerate.
Seems kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I identify with that a lot.
But it's
Yeah.
like, but the difference is he's got a child.
He does.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like an infant. It's like, bro,
Really?
pull
With,
your shit together.
Who's he with?
Haley Baldwin Bieber.
Haley Baldwin.
Yeah.
Bieber. Okay. Is she related to the Baldwin gentleman?
I think he's Alec Baldwin's.
Oh, okay.
No, not Alec Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin's kid, I think.
Gotcha.
Because that's the other thing is like now being a parent, seeing people behave like fucking idiots when you have a kid and acting like children is absolutely disgusting and inexcusable, in my opinion.
That's leaning right there. You're getting into there.
No, but it's
look
true,
at these
though.
heathens. Yeah,
Like
I know.
if you don't have a kid, and you do whatever, but if you have a kid to look after,
I see what you
and
mean.
you're behaving like a fucking child, you suck.
Yeah.
You're a bitch. You're a fucking weak person.
I feel for the Biebs though, because I mean, it's gotta suck being picked out at 15 from Diddy, and then
For sure.
no telling what that guy has been through especially with all this Diddy stuff coming out now. That I mean, we're gonna learn a lot, I'm sure, in the next year whenever they go to trial. Or
I think that's coming up, and I think he, from what I saw, his consultation said, don't push your trial up because that'll give more time
for people to come forward
or to build the defense.
Yeah.
But I think he wants, this is just what I've read,
Yeah.
who knows to the truth of it, but wants it sooner.
Yeah.
But that could bite him in the ass. I mean, he might be fucked either way.
Yeah,
but,
well, he's bit enough ass. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I totally, I mean,
things are dark right now.
things are super dark.
Super dark.
Things are super dark. But if you have, kind of tying into what I was saying beginning of this, like when you have a kid, you're entering a new, not just chapter of life, you're entering a new version of yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you can't like quit being a pussy bitch for your kid, like,
yeah.
I don't have
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have room for it.
Bieber's probably, I mean, he seems like he's probably strung out on stuff. Yeah, I mean, that takes a toll. You got to get out of, I recently said I was going to be sober, which is, just been in the last week or so here. And it's like I've instantly like craved cake like every night. So it's like something.
It's true.
I'm just like, why do I want this?
Yeah,
all the time. It's because my brain. I've told my brain that, hey, you're not going to get any more of the stuff that you like to do. Sometimes. I mean, for me, it's reaching for anything. It's not just one particular thing. It'll just be like weed or ketamine or alcohol or whatever. I got to do this if I want to have fun at this party or that I'm going to or going out or whatever. And now I'm just like, last night I had a Bristol Farms. They have this flourless chocolate cake. Get in my pussy. It was so good.
No, it's so true. I've always liked, sweets, but I was never like a daily sweets person.
Yeah.
But as soon as I generally got sober, we eat ice cream every night now. Like that's like our little treat. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
dairy free, because if it's not dairy free, it'll fucking tear me up.
Yeah, yeah. I like Froyo. That's my favorite.
Froyo.
I like Froyo more than I like ice cream. But the Froyo's better for you. It still has probably around the same amount of sugar, but there's no fat usually in Froyo, or it's like very low. But I'll just dump Butterfinger all over it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and Reese's.
I love that shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Recently this week I had Butterfinger on. I usually get Reese's. slept on Butterfinger for a long time.
Butterfingers
God
rip.
damn.
Butterfingers rip. Just saw Minecraft last night. Got a big old thing of Milk Duds.
Yeah.
We always get a popcorn and Milk Duds.
Milk Duds and popcorn is so good. The last time I had Milk Duds and popcorn, my crown popped out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Cost me
do it.
another $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. I went to the dentist about a month ago.
Scammers.
Or a little over. Scammers for sure. I mean, important, but you gotta
Scam.
Well,
You gotta watch it.
That is one of the things. I hadn't been in a little bit, to be fair, but I've also never had a cavity in my life. And
That is insane because I know I take better care of my teeth than you do.
I've brushed my teeth twice a day.
All right.
And floss.
Well, but I'm just gay, so there's more that goes into it.
I also
probably.
found out because my teeth can sometimes
Never
have
had
this,
a
like,
cavity.
Never had a cavity.
You fucking.
But like I've sometimes can have these like little blotch kind of things look on my teeth, and I always never knew what that was. But the dentist just told me.
Yeah.
She was like, "That's because your teeth had a lot of fluoride when you were a kid, so it's actually a good thing."
Well, RFK's getting rid of that, so that's good,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Your teeth had a lot of fluoride on it, so that's good. So what do they?
They're
remove?
like strong. They're more resistant to plaque
gotcha.
and shit like that.
Okay.
But I never got my wisdom teeth pulled.
I haven't either.
One, because I don't have any on my bottom. They
No,
just
I have my wisdom teeth gone. I still have my tonsils. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my tonsils also. My bottom ones just never came into existence, and the top ones, they are there. But the dentist from back home that I trust, we go into this further on another episode. You guys can go check that out. But he was like, they're not really causing you an issue.
Okay.
And he's like, you don't really need to get them pulled unless, it came to be the case. And just went to this dentist for the first time out here. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to put an order in for you to get your wisdom teeth taken out. And I was like, oh, I was told like it wasn't really necessary. And she was like, I mean, yeah, but they can it'd be hard to reach.
We think we might want to make a couple of grand off.
Yeah. And so they tried to sneak that in, but I'm not fucking doing that shit.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the tonsils?
I've seen mine when I have like strep throat and they get like inflamed.
Alien shit.
Yeah.
Alien shit. We are aliens. That we are prehistoric.
Sebastian is an alien.
Weird. That's creepy. There's teeth in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Strange. I mean, I guess they serve the purpose of like just helping with digestion because I'll just like.
Yeah, I don't even know what
I will slam food. I have to remind myself to chew more sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
just like.
Yeah, Jupiter has that problem.
Yeah. The slow feeder bowls help. That Billy has the same problem. Speaking of teeth, Billy, my new adoptee, she just cost me $1,300 at the vet. We had to put her under, and she had to get like
Clean.
basically had her teeth cleaned, and then had fillings, sort of like in her canines. They had to like drill and like fill that with fillings. She actually shouldn't be eating these bones in here because it's bad for her teeth. But cost me a good. And they quoted me. The vet is another scam too. Necessary, but they'll scam you. They quoted me like $1,300 minimum, $1,600 if they have to make extractions. They didn't make any extractions and then tried to charge me $1,800. And I was like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Like,
No, you gotta be on top.
and
of
then
it.
just acted like, "Oh yeah, we're sorry. There was a miscommunication. We should have updated this for you." And I'm like, "No, you just thought I would just pay it."
Yeah. Because that's what
You just thought I would just
99%
pay
of the
this.
people probably do.
Yeah. And I'm a pussy sometimes when it comes to that. Like one time, or this past New Year's, we went to this tacky as shit, like wannabe Soho house in Beverly Hills that just opened up called Gravitas. Like the worst people imaginable that you can think of were there. And then, but we just got invited through some of our friends. And like they're not the worst people, but we were invited. And I went up to the Chandon counter or the whatever the Veuve, the champagne brand.
Yeah.
And and I was like, okay, cool. I know I'm gonna spend an arm and a leg, but let's get some champagne to toast for New Year's or whatever. The guy said $40 a glass. It's Veuve. Okay, that's
New Year's.
insane.
Yeah,
first
yeah.
of all, but like whatever. It's Veuve. It's like the best you can get or whatever. I tap my phone on the thing. Oops. It's $175 for 2 glasses. I lost my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I got Aaron because Aaron's better at confrontation because he's all British and like, excuse me, may I have a word with you? You know, and he went over and like the guy was like, I don't know, like just literally played dumb.
Better get to knowing fucking quick.
Hey, better check it out.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. And then so it ended up, they were passing out free champagne because it was getting close to midnight. We took every goddamn glass off of the tray. We had 12 glasses of champagne brought back to our table.
Slammered.
I was like, absolutely. We're getting our money's worth. I'm getting $175 worth of champagne right the fuck now.
Yeah, straight up.
So,
yeah, no, fuck all that noise.
yeah. But yeah, I guess the last bastion of my substances is just this little KT we like to drink.
Same.
We like kratom, kava. Oh, my doctor the other day, my psych was saying she prescribed me. I don't know if I'm actually going to take it because it's really not that serious. I have had the willpower to go cold turkey on everything all the time, like in my life. There's a medication that you can take. It's called naloxone or something like that. It sounds like naloxone, which is Narcan, but it's not that. It's a daily pill that you can take that blocks your opioid receptors from enjoying any pleasure or having cravings for like alcohol. It's mostly for alcohol and opioids, which I don't have an issue with. I've never been a pill popper or like opioid user, and I don't really heavily drink, but she said it could help with other cravings and stuff. I don't think I'm going to do it yet because I'm just going to give myself hey, I don't need a pill to like, I have the willpower to like not do things. But anyway, that's very interesting. Yeah. But she said I can't have kratom on it because kratom is an opioid or mimics an opioid. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. You know, you just want to feel something, just like my new song, Worst of the World. You should stream it.
Yes.
It's really indicative of my life.
100%.
And also, like, speaking of the addiction and stuff, like, I really filled my head with the worst of the world. And I still do. Like, I'm literally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about having a kid now, too. It's like, I just don't fucking care about any of that shit. Like, I just don't. Like, like I was kind of saying, it just puts all of it so into, I don't know. And it's also like because the music world, you can waste so much time in the music world. Like and
what do you mean by that?
When you're coming up, it's like, you know, you want to say yes to everything. You want to do everything. You want to meet people. And that continues forever. But you have to manage it better over the course of time. And it's like there's so many things and people that I've worked with that whether it was 3 hours or 3 years or whatever, it's you invest this time and it leads to nothing. And that's a little what's the word I'm looking for? Because you learn through those things and you gain knowledge and skill and whatever, but it's like you sort of have to do things for nothing sometimes to get further along.
Oh yeah.
But what is like now, it's like I have like a legit real ass reason to not have to do a lot of that. It's like I can't afford to just fuck around.
Yeah.
Like I can't afford to just fucking diddly daddle and like it's like, which I like a lot because it's like I don't and even before having Sebastian, I am a forward moving person, or try to be as much as I can. And like now there's people that are like, and I'm not saying right, like if people are like, oh, let's do a session or like whatever, and it's like, no, let's get coffee and like get to know each other and like maybe, but like I'm not gonna fucking waste my time on. I can't afford. It's like I've gotta,
It's tough to do that anyway, especially with someone that you don't have a connection to. Like it's easy for us to do a session. Like even if we don't get anything that's like amazing, we're still like able to like have that soul connection that we've had for so long. But like somebody new,
and most
difficult.
of the time they're trash.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, and most of the time I'm trash too. It just depends on like.
I mean, I would disagree with that.
Well,
but
thanks.
Because it's a spectrum, but
yeah,
and also like I'm going to love pulling the. Sorry, I can't. I've got to.
yeah.
I've got to watch my kid.
Baby's throwing up. He's screaming.
I'm going to milk the shit.
Oh, I don't even have a kid. I
out of
love canceling plans.
Yeah.
Love it. And I especially love it when the other person is like, hey, I'm maybe not feeling it. Do you want a rain check? And I go,
It's like, oh, thank God.
oh, I could jack off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That happened this week, actually. I was supposed to go out after my gig.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck that.
And it's hard because I'm lucky enough I gig multiple times a week, and so I usually just want to come home and eat ice cream and watch TV.
Home is the best.
Home is the best. King size bed, memory foam mattress, specialty pillow, and it is so true what they say: as you age, you need more pillows.
Yes.
It
depends on the individual though, because
how are you with that?
I love pillows.
Okay.
Vanessa does not like
She's got
excess
just
pillows.
one. I've got, because when I house sat for you guys, the guest room downstairs, I think the last time I slept over, you had enough pillows in there. But then the time before, I like stole one of yours because I got to have one in between my legs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have a like the king size, just
Yeah.
regular bed pillows.
She got
I'll
one of those
set
for the
that on
pregnancy.
my back. And then, so what I do now in my bed is I'll have it on the side, and then I'll put it between my legs, and then I'll roll over here, and then after a while I'll roll over the other side, and I'm just constantly transferring that big pillow. Also with Lexapro, I don't know if you've noticed this, I have a rock hard erection in the morning, which is normal for everyone. I think that like men
that's
in
been a
general,
lifelong,
like that means your system is working properly, I guess. Hard to get it any time else, but sure is good in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? Is that the antidepressants working, or are we just?
I don't know. I mean, I've
men?
had that
Yeah.
as long as I
feel like a
gotten
rock
boners.
star when I wake up in the morning. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great. That's the best time to have sex, I guess. But
Yeah. Hard to pee though.
hard to pee. I piss all over my
What's
toilet.
that movie that Jim Carrey's in? You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like, why am I peeing like I just had sex?
No, I don't know that one. I don't know that
What
one.
movie is that?
But I piss all over the bathroom. It gets on the walls, on the ceiling. It's everywhere. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, that's one thing I learned because also we had a pretty epic hospital journey.
You were there for a while.
It was never at a place of emergency.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot.
Constant chaos. Yeah.
4 weeks ago today, this episode will come out this coming Friday, whatever that day is.
It'll be like
so,
the 20s.
so you guys will be hearing this after the fact, but it was 4 weeks ago that we went to the hospital. Oh, this is a good time to tell this story. This was March 24th, and Sebastian's due date was April 13th. And we just were going in for a routine appointment. And we get there at Vanessa's OB office, and they take her blood pressure, they do the urine sample, all what you do every time. And they were like, your blood pressure is a little higher than we like seeing. Let's look at your urine sample. Urine sample comes back, and there's some protein in the urine. These are basically indicators for preeclampsia. I don't know what that is. I still haven't looked. I think it is like a blood thing or something, but not good. And it was an emergency, but Vanessa's OB was like, yeah, let's get you over to labor and delivery to just check it out some more. We'll give it a few hours and see if it comes down. But she was like, at the very least, like, I think we'll want to schedule an induction because we don't want this to go on if this is what it is. We give it a few hours, and her OB comes back and is basically, yeah, we want to induce you like now. And we were like, fuck. Like, had no expectation of we were going to be having.
Yeah, you called me that day, and I was
I called you
babysitting.
At that point, Vanessa was going to get admitted. And because it's triage, I think is like the in-between room. And I then went home, and because we didn't have anything, we were just like going to go about a normal work day after that. Called you. I was like, yeah, can you start babysitting and watching the house? And I went home, gathered the things, and I was like hurrying, but in hindsight had so much time.
Yeah.
And basically, in short, Vanessa started the induction and labored for about 36 hours.
Yep.
The first 12 hours of that was just to get to like one centimeter, which was like, after those, we were like, okay, fuck. And then they kicked up more Pitocin and just started doing more of the things. And then eventually Vanessa hit a point. She was like, give me the epidural.
Yeah.
And the standard is they give you an epidural, and basically like the dose that they give you is like you ain't getting up, like your
I would
legs
love
aren't
to
gonna work.
experience that. Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing too, is like before that you can do a few doses of fentanyl
get it
as a pain sort of thing.
Medically induced monitored fentanyl treatment.
Yeah, and Vanessa's face was hilarious because she was
Did it
definitely
just
like,
melt?
she was chilling.
Oh, I would love that. I'm sure it feels great.
It only lasts about an hour, and after each dose, your tolerance kicks in pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
So like after,
as do
but
all
like
drugs.
really quickly,
Yeah.
like within a few hours, and then maxed out those doses, and then got the epidural. But we requested what's called any pregnant person or to be pregnant person, something to little tip off is if you don't want the full on like legs don't work kind of shit, request a early or a walking epidural.
Yeah.
It's basically an epidural, but not quite as
it's not as strong of a dose.
Aggressive. Like you're still not going to feel shit. She was, contracting like crazy and was sleeping.
I would want to go to La La Land, wake up babies there.
Yeah. And well, that's the thing too, though, which you have to be careful for is like if you take the epidural too early, there's a risk of prolonging the
you
birth.
Can't actually
because you're
push.
and like the hormone feedback loop gets like disrupted.
Dude, You got a fucking dart in your neck, man. What is that? Fucking old school or whatever?
Yeah. And so got the walking epidural, requested that. And they had that took a couple hours because they have to specially make that. And so she got that, finally was able to get some sleep, but still contracting.
Yeah.
Because there's like a monitor you can see like when they kick up and
Head first? Oh, well, you
yeah,
had a C-section.
he was. It was all looking good for
Yeah.
a natural birth, and then natural as in vaginal.
Yeah.
And we were at probably 5 or so centimeters. 10 centimeters is where you start pushing. That's like when it's like go time, like baby's gonna start trying to come out.
I can't imagine what childbirth was like even 100 years ago.
A lot of people died. A lot more people died.
A lot of people
back in the
died.
day.
That's like so dangerous.
I mean, it's a fucking gnarly experience.
Was she like screaming?
Not screaming, but there was a point where she was like, there was moaning and like clearly in pain. But no, it's wild.
Even imagine.
It's wild. It is.
Imagine.
It's a.
I don't know how a vagina
it's a
works.
miraculous experience. It's like it's not clean, or orderly. It's like very wild and animalistic, but it's like amazing.
Kind of sounds like me in the bathroom every morning, but yeah.
It's a really
kind of amazing. Yeah.
It's truly a miracle.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this exists. And what's also I'll get back to the story. What's a crazy layer too about it? This all just happens naturally biologically. Like our minds just like try to figure out how to like deal with it, but it's like this all is just happens like naturally.
It's kind of weird when you think about it. We're just meat sacks that is controlled by a central nervous
and
system.
We're trying to figure out how all this is all working without like out the full extent of our knowledge.
And what's crazy is some philosopher said this, I don't know who, but we are observers of our thoughts.
Yeah.
We are not our thoughts.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Well, that's big. That's big for your mental health. Also, that's
true.
That's
if you think about it, it's like, well, I didn't do it. My stupid brain did.
Yeah. Well, that's why they say don't believe everything you think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other round. But continuing down with the story, we're in 36 hours at this point, and everything's looking good for the vaginal birth. And then the OB comes in, and because the heart rate has started to dip a couple times, not an emergency, but not what they wanted to see. And they tried a few things, tried putting her in a couple different positions, tried putting some more fluids in, and nothing was really getting it to where they wanted to see it. And then they were basically like, we need to do a C-section. And so it went from like a slow 36-hour burn into like, boom, hyperdrive, like it's go time. And got all prepped for the OR. Our doula was there, who had just got there, really fortunately and crazily, right when they were like, we want to do a C-section. And so we were just getting it all ready, and it was all moving so fast. This is at like midnight. And then we go to the OR, and Sebastian's born with an hour later. And his little naked butt, they held him up, and we saw him for the first time. And
wow.
And then they were getting him cleaned up, and they needed, again, it wasn't an emergency, but they were like, we want to take him up to the NICU to sort of help his breathing a little bit, because Vanessa's body wasn't ready, really. Like, it was like we had to kick it into gear.
Right.
And so they said, like, all of this happening the way it did was kind of because, like, we were putting the accelerator on all of it, and then
Yeah.
just had to, manage it. And so they take him up to the NICU. This is at like 1:00 in the morning. He's born. She goes down to the recovery room. I go up to the NICU with him, and I get to hold him and like look at him, and it was just like so
Yeah.
fucking crazy. And
So nuts.
but like my mind's going a million miles an hour, but I'm also exhausted. And I go down to check on Vanessa. She's doing great, just in the recovery room. I go back up. I feed him a bottle for the first time. And then Vanessa comes up shortly after, still like, anesthesia out, and bless her heart, like throwing up, like just because
Yeah.
all the anesthesia and all the
Makes you sick.
fluids,
Yeah.
just dealing with all of that. But she did great breastfeeding. He latched on first
Yeah.
attempt.
You have to do that bonding thing where you take your shirt
Skin to
off.
skin.
And, like, yeah.
Got our skin to skin in,
Wow.
and I love skin to skin to every day now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I can't wait to hold him again. It's like a radiant
yeah,
energy that you get from the
it
newborn.
is for
It's
sure.
crazy. I was thinking about the next few years of like his development. I'm like, yeah, when I take him to the I'm like thinking of what age I'm gonna be through his development, and
Yeah.
it's like so daunting. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's gonna be a teenager when let's see, how old am I? 37. So when he's 13, I'm gonna be 50.
We're old. We're
That
we're on
fucking
the
is crazy.
yeah, we're on the old path
When
now.
I'm taking him to like the arcade or whatever for uncle
AI
fun
arcade.
uncle time, yeah, I'm gonna be like 45.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild.
What?
It's really wild.
I'm still a baby.
Yeah. And it's also crazy too. I mean, they always say, we're only a month in, but it has gone by really fast.
Yeah.
Like the last month has sort of zipped by. And Jupiter and Hazel have been great with him.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's bonded Jupiter and Hazel. Like they are
Really?
like sleeping together, like on the couch, like butt to butt.
Aw.
It's been really amazing. And
Well, I'm really happy. I'm because my niece and soon to be next niece is all the way in Kentucky, so it'll be nice to have a little nephew out here that I'll ultimately see way more than my other, the rest of my family. But
yeah. I mean, it's funny too, because a lot of friends are either pregnant or have just had babies.
Yeah.
Emily, who
yeah,
was on the pod, she's our great friend, but
Yeah.
her daughter is a year old. We've got another couple friend who just had their kid literally last week.
Mm-hmm.
Another couple friend of ours had their kid like a month and a half ago.
kid party.
Some more friends are pregnant. It's like a whole soccer
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Class.
I'm really glad that people are having babies though at this stage in life and not like, growing up, I felt like everybody was having a kid at like,
Well, that's the a
21.
big difference between the South and
Yeah.
like out here.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you could be a fucking grandparent in your 40s, like down
It's
south.
just so
Not that
wild to
that's
me.
all common.
No offense to anybody that has had that journey, but I just can't get behind like your brain not being developed fully yet before committing to having a
Yeah.
child. Like,
No, it would
yeah.
be, at least I imagine. I'm so glad that I have a grip on
Yeah.
myself,
yeah,
because it does make caring for him so much easier.
yeah,
Like if I was, still a child too, like, but that's how so many people end up fucked up, is like you're just like raised in an environment that is not really all that
we're gonna be like close
Functional.
to 50 before we can shoot him with a paintball gun.
I can't wait to play. I'm gonna like do everything with him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
That's how Jay, my stepdad, was. Like anything that I wanted to
Yeah.
do, like Jay did it
Yeah.
with me. Paintball.
We got to take him to
dirt
the
bikes.
planetarium. We got to take him to the Getty.
Got to take him to the Sphere.
Take him to the Sphere. Surfing, golfing.
He's gonna live my childhood
Yeah.
dream as being a Southern California baby. That
Yeah.
was like my
Yeah.
dream when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Yep. He's gonna have it nice. Yeah.
But yeah, and then he had a bit in the NICU, solved his breathing. Then they just wanted to get his glucose levels up a little bit, and then he came down with us in the recovery room for about a day, and then we went home Friday. So we were there Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Probably got a total of 8 hours of sleep that whole week, and we
Yeah.
got home, and it's just been awesome. It's
Yeah.
been awesome, and
Great.
had to find the rhythm in certain spots, but he's a great baby. He already has some personality. I mean, as much as a month you're
Right.
old can, but like he's just he's awesome, and
I was-
definitely
The whole RFK shit he was talking about autism recently and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bullshit with the vaccines and stuff. But not on that topic, but just because of that, there was a comparison that showed like your synapses, how they develop, and over like it looks like a little. When you're first born, you have like two that looks like that, and then like 2 weeks later, you have like multiple more
Yeah,
branches and stuff, and all of those just like connecting your, all
Yeah.
of how you can be a human, I guess,
grow.
in your brain.
I mean, he
continue
started
to
as a
grow.
little fucking sperm and an egg, two little cells, and now he's like,
It's just unbelievable.
it's crazy. It's really
Unbelievable.
crazy.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, it's awesome, and he's awesome, and Vanessa is like the best mom, and just did such an amazing job through the pregnancy, and
Yeah.
it's a whole new chapter of life, and
Well, on that note, I want to go squeeze him.
yeah, we'll go play him some music. He loves music.
Yep.
He loves a pacifier. He makes all these funny noises. I love the pacifier and be like, yeah. He's a goof.
love it.
He's got big blue eyes, light brown hair. He's got a full head of hair. Fucking full head of hair, little wiener. Loves pooping.
Oh yeah.
He's funny. Like whenever you put him on the changing pad and it's like cold on his back, his face will be like,
Yeah.
put his arms out like that.
That's his cold plunge
Yeah, he's
for the
like,
day. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Funny.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to being the best uncle,
Gay uncle.
gay uncle,
Gunkle.
gunkle.
But yeah, so this is our paternity episode. We'll probably pop in here and there.
Yeah,
we'll
we should
we'll
we could
feel it
probably
out
we could do
and-
one once a month for now.
Yeah, depend on.
I mean, I
who-
say that, and you literally do all of the work. Benny does all of the editing, all of the sound designing, all of the publishing of everything. So, yeah,
It's pretty easy. It's honestly easier to make a hour and a half long podcast than it is a 3-minute song.
Oh, of course. So much more goes into that. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, we have new music coming out soon. We've got probably two new singles before we maybe put out our EP or record or whatever we're looking at getting into. Maybe more. I don't know. Really cool song called Burning that's going to come out in about a month. And then the summer anthem that has been in the works for like literally years now that we haven't. We've waited to put out for this specific moment, I guess, leading up to all this new music that we have. But Forever will be the summer anthem.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
It
maybe
is a summer anthem.
maybe
100%.
July.
There's a
feels like
windows
forever.
down,
Yeah.
driving in the summertime song.
Oh yeah. We're very excited about that. So
Yeah. So
Stay tuned
go
for
to
that.
rockosaurusrecords.com.
.com official now.
You could do .org. That'll also take you
Show
there.
him your phone
but,
case.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's not in the
it's
store.
so
Oh,
good
the
'cause
phone
it's-
is up here. Okay.
But go to rockasaurusrecords.com. Got some sick new merch on there. If you want to see any particular kinds of merch, let us know.
And if you want to see our wieners, just
it's
special extra
always,
fee.
Always a price.
Extra fee.
Always a price.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening and hearing about Sebastian. And I'm going to have so many stories every episode because I'm now a dad.
I'm going to go suck up some of that baby energy. In a second.
He's a pure...
Very excited.
He's the second coming.
Yeah.
Actually.
He is risen.
He is going to be the Jewish people's savior.
Yeah, that's
Christian people's savior.
Yeah.
Not so much the Islam savior.
No.
We don't... No Islamophobia, but we believe in women's rights and women can, be not a object of possession.
Right.
But thank you guys, Ben and Bren Show. Thank you for listening. We missed you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Stuff you know and stuff you don't. It's the Ben and Bren Show.